What is the business of Allah to say any woman she can offer herself to the Prophet, so the Prophet he can sleep with her? What is that for? Muhammad already he have many wives, correct? Why Allah he need to make a verse saying any believing woman she is welcome to offer herself to the Prophet so he can sleep with her, not to marry her? It says yes, tankihuha, to offer. Excuse my language. Any believing woman, what does that have to do with God? I mean, the guy is already a prophet. The guy already have many wives. The guy already have many slaves to sleep with. Why he need his God to write a verse saying, and any believing woman she offer herself to the Prophet so he can sleep with her? What does have to do with God? Be honest with me.
Why are you translating that as sleep? It is coming from the root word nikah, which means marriage.
No, nikah does not mean marry, and I can prove it to you in 2 seconds. Here we go. If a person he divorced his wife 3 times, what the woman she have to do in order to go back to her husband, the new husband? Do you know?
I know what you're referring to.
What she have to do? Tell me what she have to do. Is it enough to marry him, or she have to, excuse my language?
Is it mentioned in Quran?
Yes, it's mentioned in the Quran. You see, here we go, and you know how to read Arabic. It says فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ مِن بَعْدْ حَتَّى تَنْكَحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. She already, now she married a new husband, but she have to do what? She have to do tankah to the new husband. Not only to marry the husband, she have to do tankah. He is a zawjan already. Tankah zawjan. He is a husband. So now she marry a husband, but she cannot go back unless she have sex with the guy. Is that correct?
I've heard about this halala that is being followed here in India and Pakistan, but I asked this about Mufti because it made really no sense to me. In fact, it was disgusting. And I asked my Mufti, and he said, this is not from Quran. This is something like a culture, a practice that has been propagated here in Pakistan.
This is Quran. What? Not from Quran. This is Quran. This is come on. This is chapter 2, verse number 30. The same chapter of the Hindu, the cow chapter.
What is the verse? Let me write it down.
Chapter 2, verse number 230.
Chapter 2, Baqarah 230.
The Hindu chapter.
Sorry?
The Hindu chapter.
It's Surah Baqarah, right? Okay. No, that is, I don't accept that. That's injustice to the woman.
Not only injustice. This is stupid. I mean,
husband who did something wrong, that doesn't mean that the wife has to suffer.
Not only that. This is the most filthy thing ever you can imagine. Women, they go now, they find a new guy to marry him, but it's not enough. They have to sleep with him. Actually, here we go. We have a hadith here in front of you. I can put it for you. Where a woman,
this is something not being how would I say, preferred. This is something to restrain people from giving divorce on the tip of the tongue.
My friend, who cares? Muhammad, he made this rule, make it easy to divorce.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is something which is considered as not a good thing. That's why if you put some constraints, obviously people will refrain from doing that. So that could be the reason why this was mentioned.
My friend, if you want to refrain it, make it like Jesus. Say to them, you don't divorce your wife unless she is committing adultery. Make it hard.
You cannot do that, right? There could be some circumstances. The moment you make it as forbidden, you cannot do it even if it requires. So it has to be, it cannot be forbidden, and at the same time,
can't you make it hard by many ways? As an example, if you divorce your wife, you lost half of your income, half of your money. Then people will think twice. Here we go, we found a solution. He will think a million times before he divorces her. So there's many ways. I'm not God, but we can solve it. But he make it so easy, one word and she is divorced. And here we go. This is a story of a woman. She married from a guy. She was married to a guy. His name is Rifa. Now she married a guy. His name is Abdul Rahman. But obviously his intention is to marry Abdul Rahman, but she didn't want to sleep with him. You see, that's why I said to you, Zawaj is not nikah. She did Zawaj. She did already Zawaj to Abdul Rahman. Then the guy, he started beating her because she refused to sleep with him. She went to Aisha, and as you see, Aisha, she said, I have not seen any suffering women as much as the believer women. And this is Aisha's statement, which means Muslim women, they are really having a horrible life in the time of Muhammad. This is Aisha witnessing that the most suffering women are Muslim women. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. Muhammad, instead of taking the side of the woman who was just beaten by her husband, he took the side of the man. And then he told her, the guy, he came and he told him that, you know, she don't want to sleep with me. Muhammad, he said, you should know that you cannot go back to Abdul Rahman, to go back to Rif'a, unless you taste the juice, the intercourse, the orgasm. In Arabic it says, يذوق عسيلتك. Go to the dictionary, you see عسيلة mean the semen, the orgasm. So until you cannot go back to him until you taste his orgasm and he tastes your orgasm. What kind of prophet? He is forcing them women to be raped.
That could have been specific to Abdul Rahman. Where does it say that this applies?
No, my friend, this is the verse. This is the verse in the Quran. This is exactly what happened. This woman, she married a new guy. She thought the verse, as you said, the verse says, marry a new husband. So she said to herself, okay, I will marry a new husband. And then when he tried to sleep with me, I will not let him do it. Then he divorced me. Then I go back to my husband. But the verse saying, marry and do nikah, not only marry. So تنكح زوجا غيره until she if a new husband. This is why your prophet here saying you cannot go back to your previous husband unless, excuse my language, unless you if the new husband. And this hadith is reported many times, and this is Sahih Bukhari. You cannot go back to your previous husband. And look at the first translation here. It says, until consummate your marriage. Where it says, though, it says, until you taste his juice. You change the translator, or, you know, here you go down. It says, until you taste his sweetness. And you taste his, and he tastes your sweetness. Still, this one is a false translation because this is not sweetness. This is his orgasm. Look, all of them, they are giving you taste her sweetness and she tastes his sweetness. But there's no sweetness. Usayla is the orgasm here. This is a different translation. Look, sweetness of intercourse. Look at this. Sweetness of intercourse. What is that? Look like the sperms of the Arab is sweet. They eat too much sugar. What kind of a prophet he said to a woman? If your husband, the poor woman, she want to go back mostly because her husband divorced her, she have children, she want to go back to her children, not because of the idiot husband. And now she cannot go back to the previous husband unless she is being raped, literally, because the other guy, as you see, he's beating her. And Muhammad, he told her, aha, if you think you can go back there, no. You have to let the guy if you, and then he divorce you, and then you can go back to the previous husband. What kind of religion this religion is?
No, you cannot call it as I'm accepting that it's a wrong practice, but you cannot call it as a rape because it involves the, how would I say, the woman, the wife has to agree to that marriage. Only then it happens.
No, you see, the guy is beating her. The woman, she don't want to sleep with him. The women, I just showed you the hadith, my friend. The women, she don't want the guy. And she is making all kind of excuses. Read carefully. Read carefully.
Stop him from doing that?
Huh?
So Prophet Muhammad did not stop him from...
No, he took the side of the man. The hadith in front of you. This is, you can open it from your side. Sahih al-Bukhari 5825. Muhammad, he took the side of the man after he did beat her. And the reason he did beat her, she didn't want to sleep with him. When she went to Muhammad, they asked her, why you are not sleeping with him? He says, he cannot have sex. But obviously this is not true. She's making an excuse. She don't want to sleep with him. Muhammad, he takes side. He says, you need to know, you cannot go back to your husband, previous husband, unless he tests your orgasm and you test his orgasm. But look what happened in the process. Aisha, she said,
hadith number?
Hadith number is 5825.
I'll definitely refer and ask.
Sahih al-Bukhari. And the woman, she have a skin. Her skin is greener than her clothes. Shouldn't at least Muhammad says to him, why you are beating her? Different hadith says, a man will not be questioned about why he is beating his wife.
But that depends on the context. It's not like a generic
All is the
statement.
contact is the same. Here we go. Did your prophet ask the woman why he beat you? He did not even say anything about beating her, as if nothing happened. Actually, she said, look at her. Her skin is greener than her clothes. It's not only just a beating, it is severe beating. Her skin is greener than her clothes. Muhammad, he took the side, and actually he sent a verse saying the women or the men are in charge of women, so beat them. And this is a rape. The woman, she don't want to sleep, even if he's the husband. If the woman, she don't want to sleep with him, why Muhammad saying to her, oh, you have to do it? The woman, she is seeking refuge, coming to the house of Muhammad, hoping that he will help her against the husband, correct? Otherwise, why she is coming there? What do you think? The husband is already beating her, right?
As I said, I need to study. I need to refer. I'll ask Imam of my masjid, and I will definitely.
Why we don't call the Imam right now?
No, right now it's not. He won't be available. So yeah.
Why not? Isn't it his job is to answer Muslims? Isn't he an Imam?
No, it's daytime here. It's like 9:30 and 9:50.
That's perfect time to call an Imam. He's
No,
an Imam.
he
This is
won't
his
be
job.
available in masjid. I don't have his number, so I'm
call the masjid.
living in
Call the
Calgary.
masjid. Call the masjid. Let us hear him. Call the masjid, because he cannot answer you, my friend. What he will say to you? The Quran says it clearly. الرجال قوامون على النساء. The men are in charge of women. In which way? Do this and do this and do this. And if you fear that they will disobey you, if you fear, beat them. The guy, he did what his God saying. He did beat her. And now Muhammad is forcing the woman to go back to her husband, which she don't like, obviously. And now he is going to beat her again if she refused to take off her clothes.
As I said, I need to refer. I need to ask. And
no problem. Forget about it.
Sure
okay,
Islam
no problem. But let us go back. Let us go back. You said to me yourself about the story of Sulaiman. Nothing there makes sense, correct?
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, but this is Quran. So how? What kind of God? His teaching doesn't make sense. And you are the one who says to me, nobody
because
can make
those
Quran
are the
like the
stories.
Quran.
See, you need to understand. At least from my side, I look at Quran in two ways. There are some things which is meant for the whole humanity in general. That is something like a message to the whole humanity which we need to follow. And there are some contexts, there are some verses and ayah which is related to a specific period of time to prove or to provide some details about those people. So I assume that this is falling in the second category.
Okay, but what as an example, did Allah make a special verses for Muhammad, just made for him, special law? How many wives Muhammad he can have?
But he came to spread the message, right?
Okay.
So he need to.
So if I come to spread the message, that means I can. Excuse me, my friend.
Let me complete.
I will let you. If I came to spread the message, that means I can excuse my language, more women than others.
No, it's not that. You need to. So, you cannot look it in this way, right?
No, I can. No, I can. Why not? Why not? Why? If he is a messenger and he is a Muslim, is he a Muslim or he's not a Muslim?
He's a Muslim.
Okay. Why he is a Muslim but he don't want to follow Islam?
What do you mean he didn't follow Islam? Where he didn't follow Islam?
If a Muslim person have 5 wives, the woman number 5 is adultery, correct?
That he was a special Muslim.
He will be stoned. He will be stoned to death. So you are saying to me, Muhammad, his specialty is to have more women and commit adultery.
No, it's not. It's not about that. There is a reason why he has, as I mentioned.
Why he has? Give me the reason.
He needs to spread his message to different people.
None of those women he married, they help him to spread the message. All of them, either they are captured, or a woman he took from a guy who died before him, like Sauda. Her husband died because he sent him to war.
No, I'm talking about his wives. I'm talking about his wives. I'm not talking about.
His wives already they are believers. Aisha, she is the daughter of Abu Bakr, and the other women who they are not believers, he kidnapped them anyway. What they can do? Who care about this? They are slaves already, like Safiya. So When I asked you why he have a special law, you said to me because he's a special. What is a special about him? Did Moses
He's
have a
he's the last prophet.
did Moses have a special law that he can sleep with more women than other Jews? Did Abraham have a special law? Did anyone? Why is a so what is a prophet? So what if he's a prophet?
No, he being see, I'm not saying that Moses or Jesus, whatever it is, they had their own role for a specific period of time for specific people. But if you look at Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he's the last prophet.
So what if he's the last prophet, my friend? So what does that mean? So he's the last. Okay, he is the last prophet. He is the last prophet. He have 13 wives. He have hundreds of slaves. He can sleep with them. Why he made a verse and any woman she can offer herself to the prophet? What is that for? Give me a reason. You see, I'm single. So if God says, and I am a prophet, says, hey, Christian prince, any woman she offer herself to him, I say because this poor guy, he is single, he's trying to find a wife maybe. So his God is trying to help him, no problem. But this guy already have 13 mother-in-law. He have hundreds of sex slaves. Why he need to, not only that, it says in your interpretation for the verses, if the prophet eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. So the prophet can have her.
But see, I cannot sitting here after 1400 years. I cannot predict.
Doesn't matter after 400 years, my friend. After 1400 years or 1 year, do you respect a man? He see your wife would not respect your family. Then he wanna force you to divorce your wife because he like her. Just because he's a prophet. Is that what the prophet do?
No.
Okay. So we have to be honest. What 1400 years? I mean, people are human.
I'm talking about the context. You asked me why he did that. So I said, obviously, sitting here, I cannot say that.
Why we cannot say that? Why? I mean, the guy already have many wives. What this have to do? What this have to do with Islam anyway? The guy already married.
I'll tell you something. I'll give a simple example for it. For example, if you look at a man being punished for his crime, and if you just look at someone punishing him or giving him a death penalty, and without knowing the context, you cannot ask questions saying, is he wrong in killing that person, right?
My friend, we know the context. We know the context. The man in front of us, his name is Muhammad. He has 13 wives. Even Aisha, she said, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, he rushed into your lust. The God, he worked for Muhammad. Okay, Muhammad, he had a fight with Aisha and Hafsa. Do you know that fight?
I know you're referring to that incident of Maria al-Qibtiyya.
Okay. Muhammad, he slept with Maria the Copt. They found him sleeping with her.
But there is a conflict there, right? Some
no problem. Forget about the conflict.
It is about
forget about the conflict. Forget about the conflict. I'm not going to talk about it. I want you to read for me the following verse and tell me who is the one who made this verse.
Which one?
Chapter 66, verse number 5.
It may be if he divorced you, that his Lord will give him instead of you wives better than you. Muslims who submit to Allah, believers obedient to Allah, turning to Allah in repentance, worshipping Allah sincerely, fasting, or immigrants for the sake of Allah, previously married and virgin.
Okay. Who is the one who made this verse?
Allah has made this one.
What if I show you that the one who said this verse is Umar al-Khattab? Read with me.
What do you mean?
Umar is the one who created this verse. Muhammad, he copied it. He claimed Allah sent it to him.
What is the proof?
Here we go. As you know, I don't speak without proof. You need to remember one thing, my friend. I will never say something. Never. Unless it's true. Because
what is
I have thousands of people. This is recorded.
Which surah this belongs to?
What?
This verse belongs to which surah?
the verse I showed you. This is
Yeah.
chapter At-Tahrim 66.
Okay, 66.
Okay, yeah. So if we go here, let us see the hadith. Let us close some pages. Here we go. Read with me. This is Sahih Bukhari. Let us go. Omar saying, my Lord agreed with me in 3 things. By the way, there are more than 10. But this hadith here says 3. I said, take the Kaaba as a place station for prayer. Allah, he took the verse as it is. He put it there. I said, make them wear hijab. Allah, he said, he took the verse as I said. I said, it may be Allah will divorce you. Allah, he sent the verse exactly as I have said. Read with me.
My Lord agreed with me in 3 things. First, I said, O Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I wish you took the station of Abraham as a praying place. So divine inspiration came and you took the people's station. Okay. Second,
does it say, so this verse, the same as I had said was revealed? Who is the one? Who is the one?
It could be a coincidence, right? Because see, if
our
you
friend,
look
what
at,
coincidence? I mean, the guy, he said it first. The guy, he said, Muhammad, he put it in the Quran. He claimed that Allah told him it's the same as I have said. you remember you told me the Quran is made by Allah. We asked you about the ant. Here we go. He's even copying Umar al-Khattab.
no, you cannot correlate this with what I said in the beginning, right? Because the way the style of Quran is different. So even if it is referring to a context which is being said by someone else, but the representation and the language and the grammar.
No, it's the same exactly. He quote Omar. This is why it says
No,
the verse same as, does it say, my friend? Does it say the same as I had said? The same as I had said?
Yeah, the meaning of it was same as he said.
Okay, no, the meaning. It says the same as I have said, not the meaning. Not the meaning. He said to him, take the Kaaba as a station. The Quran, we have the verse. Take the Kaaba as a station. Who said that? Umar al-Khattab. The hijab is from Umar al-Khattab. The divorce of the wife of Muhammad, Umar al-Khattab. So what is Allah?
I'll definitely refer to these.
So nobody can make Quran, and then we find Allah quoting the ant, even shaitan. I mean, the ant, the bird, the women, the jinn. There's a chapter. It's called the chapter of the genie. All the chapter is the genie talking. The genies are talking. So how this is the Quran of Allah, made by Allah, when they are saying to me that the Quran, Allah was narrating what they said. So this is not Allah talking then. Secondly,
no, it is Allah who is talking.
Secondly, have you ever heard of a stupid God? Have you ever heard of a stupid God?
What do you mean by that?
Okay. If Allah, now if we go to Allah and we say to him, in the case of murder, Allah, what we should do? Do Allah have the ability to give us the correct law?
No, it is not everything is there in Quran, right? Obviously, Prophet.
No, we are talking about the Quran now. We are talking about the Quran. Focus with me. I'm talking about the Quran.
No, this is what I'm saying. Obviously, Quran and its limited text cannot explain about each and every jurisdiction.
No, it's explainable because simply this is in the case of murder. So Allah, He gave you a law. So if you're saying to me, this law cannot be explained, that's mean this law is not Allah, because people, they need to practice it. So if we cannot understand the law, which we not need to practice, that means this book is not written by a God, written by an idiot, because how we can follow Allah if we cannot understand the law? So read with me, chapter 2, verse number 178. It says, "O who you believe in the law of equality is prescribed for you in the case of murder." So this is a law about murder. What you do? Free for the free, slave for the slave, women for the women. Is that a law coming from God, or this is coming from an idiot who took too much hashish? Are you there?
What does it mean? Slave for slave?
If I am a free white man and I kill a white man, I will be killed. If I am a white man and free man and I kill the slave, a black man, you kill my slave. If I kill your wife, you kill my wife. What's wrong with this religion? So the foolish Muhammad, he heard that the Moses, he have a law. It says eye for an eye. So he said, this is the law of eye for eye. You kill my wife, I kill yours. But this is not the case, because now we have two victims. If you kill my wife, you will be killed, not the wife. So Muhammad saying free for the free, slave for the slave, women for the women. And you can read the interpretation. Was this is a good law, or this is a bad law?
No, if I go by this text, no, this is stupidity.
Okay, just to show you how stupid this God is. What do you say if I say to you, Allah, he changed his mind second day?
But can you show me the explanation for this verse?
Sure, here we go. This is chapter 2, verse 178. Here.
Does the Tafsir also support this?
Sure, absolutely. The Tafsir is supported with a lot of gas. Here we go. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. Read with me. A free man is killed for a free man and not for a slave, and a slave for a slave, and a female for a female.
I can't see anything on the screen.
It's going to come to you. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain, and this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan.
Just give me a second, please. Give me a second.
No problem.
Sorry about that. I had to take a call. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, now I can see. Okay, and this is Jalalain.
Mm-hmm.
But here, if you see, the Sunnah makes it clear that a male may be killed in retaliation for a female.
The Sunnah, this is the Sunnah, because later this verse is abrogated. You need to understand that this verse, Allah, he put X on it later. People, they start laughing at this law. So Muhammad, as usual, because he's a fraud, he said, okay, forget about this verse. Bingo. Can you believe it?
Where does this say that this is abrogated?
It's abrogated. If you read the same interpretation, this verse is abrogated. This is why you Muslims don't follow this no more. Okay, so why Allah he made it? If it is wrong, if it's stupid. And then the Arab, they start making fun of Muhammad. They said, look at this guy. He enjoy an order from his God in the morning. He cancel it at night or second day. This is why in the Quran it says here, and as we read, chapter 2, verse 106, none of our revelation we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. Allah, He sent revelation and He want to cause it to be forgotten. I thought the Quran is preserved. We substitute something better or similar. This is why I call it, this verse is the verse of the BS. Better or similar. So Allah will make you forget it because He will make a better one. Like what the heck? So Allah, He admit that His first law or first verses were stupid, and now we need to fix it. And because now you might say to me, maybe it means
No, it's
something
not about
else.
fixing. See,
Huh?
as I mentioned, right, on different situation, the conditions may be different. So
My
obviously,
friend, the same
that
prophet, the
might
second
change.
day, the same prophet, the same message, the same God, the second day. Read with me. This is a
No,
chapter
this is
2.
what I'm saying. For example, if I'll just give you an example. If I say today it's snowing outside, wear your jacket,
My
and
friend, this
tomorrow
is
if
the
it is
law
not
of
snowing, I'll
murder.
ask you not to
This
wear
is
it.
the
So that
law.
doesn't mean that
No, this is
I'm
the law of
contradicting.
murder. The law of murder is a law of murder. Guy, he killed a guy. What is the punishment for the guy? Give me the punishment. Now we know, we are not questioning if he killed or not. He killed. So we confirm that he killed. Okay, what is the punishment? That punishment should not change. Because simply now we know that this guy is a victim, this guy is a criminal. We don't change it second day. Then we go, chapter 2, verse 106, we go to the tafsir. The Arabs start laughing at Muhammad. For this guy, he enjoys something in the morning to his followers. 106. And he changed it second day.
What does the Muslim say
What it
about
changed?
this? You might have obviously
You
discussed
said
this
to
with
me whether
imams.
you said to me whether is a crime is a whether you change second day the law for it. I just
No,
made a
but
law
just give me an
yesterday.
example. Or just
No,
give me
but
an
this,
example.
but it doesn't make sense, my friend. This is not an example. This is sorry. We are 106. This is 106. Why it's going there?
No,
106. Hold on.
see, I'm asking this question, right? This specific word or the verdict regarding murder
Read carefully. When the
has
disbelievers
this not been refuted by
read.
any imam
It's
or
not. Nobody
any?
can refute. Nobody can refute. That's why no Muslim sheikh dare to call me. When the disbelievers began to write, they are starting making fun. The disbelievers start making fun of Muhammad in the matter of abrogation, saying that one day Muhammad enjoins his companions in one thing, and the next day he forbid it. It's not even next year. He told
Give
them
me
in the
one
case of
example.
murder, what?
Give me one example for that.
I just gave you an example. And there's tons of them. The Quran witness for the Quran saying we are going to we cancel and we give you something better or similar. And if it's something similar, why you want to cancel it anyway? So the disbeliever, they start laughing at Muhammad, and this is Tafsir al-Jalalain, as you see. They say Muhammad in the morning he gave an order coming from his God. Second day he changed the order. Why Allah find himself wrong?
This makes no sense. Okay, I'll ask this question also. I've noted down.
But my friend, you keep saying to me, I will ask the question, but you are the one who said to me the Quran doesn't make sense already.
No, this is what I'm saying. At least based on my understanding so far, it doesn't make sense. So
okay, so what that will have an impact on you as a person? You just said the Quran does not make sense because we are showing you. Okay, does it make sense? My friend, this is the explanation. So your scholar will not be a higher scholar than Tafsir al-Jalalain, correct?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, so based in al-Jalalain, who is the highest between them? We can open al-Qurtubi, we can open Ibn Kathir, we can open al-Tabari, whatever you want. This is the interpretation they will give you. So the guy who is Abdul in the mosque, he do not know what he's talking about. This guy, he have no idea.
No, I'm not talking about some imam. He's a how would I say, mufti. I don't know.
What a big mufti. All of them, they are the same, my friend. It's a job they get, but they have no idea what mufti. They have to go back to this and decide based on this. Otherwise, the Muslim will rip them apart.
We cannot judge something just based on the text. Obviously, he being the expert in that field, he'll be able to explain me what exactly was the context, why exactly this is like that.
My friend, so why tafsir exists then? Is this guy, his name is written in the Tafsir? Do he have a Tafsir book?
No, it is, see, this tafsir is not meant for a common person, right? We need to at least have some foundation
Okay,
even
but
to
he
understand this
himself, he learned
tafsir.
his religion from where? From here, from
Yeah.
this book. Okay. So if this book gave you the answer, why you want to go to the guy? I'm not against
No,
you to
no.
go there.
See,
You're,
I'm not saying, for example, there are a lot of books on medical surgeries and all, right? Just a normal person cannot read that book and do perform a
my
surgery.
friend, this is
Obviously,
not a
there should
medical
be an
surgery.
expert.
If this is a God, he cannot make it clear to you, then he cannot make it clear to the Mufti. Because the Mufti is just a human being like you. What is going to make him special? Secondly, isn't it the Quran says that the scholars of Islam is the one who say we believe, not the one who knows. Nobody can explain the Quran. The Quran says that. No one. And the scholars is the only one, if they can be called a scholar, only if they say we believe, not because they know. Read with me. This is your Quran. No one knows what the Quran means save Allah, because it's a stupid book. Muhammad himself couldn't explain. Seeking the hiding meaning, and none knows the hiding meaning save Allah. So they asked Muhammad, when Muhammad, you said this, what does that mean? Allah knows best, because he is a thief. He himself is not making anything, especially when it's come to something details. He do not know. So what the point of this book? Is this the book, a book of guidance? No. The book in front of you, it says no. It says this is not a book of guidance. This is a book to deceive. Read me carefully. It says part of the Quran is entirely clear. Which part? I changed the Muslim to show me a verse is clear. And then there's verses which nobody knows what they mean, and they are made to make the one who have sickness in their heart more sick. But look how stupid it is. Because the one who will read the Quran and the one who believes in the Quran,
especially the concept of Khadr doesn't make sense to me, saying that doesn't make sense.
Concept of what?
Khadr.
You mean the Prophet Al-Khadr?
No, Taqdeer.
The Qadar.
Muqaddar, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense too. So you just deny Islam because this is one of the base of Islam, Al-Qadar. So you are out of Islam, my friend. Already you are ex-Muslim.
No.
Yeah, you are. You just say the destiny. Sense. You just say the destiny of Islam does not make sense to you. So Islam does not make sense to you. You just conquer Islam now. You're out. And you are right. I mean, what kind of religion? It says that Adam, he did commit sin because Allah forced him to. What is that? How in the world?
No, see, I'm not saying that it is. See, when I mention it doesn't make sense to me, at least based on my understanding or to the some of the people I've heard, Zakir Naik, he's like a joker to me. He doesn't make any sense to me. He's just fooling the people. I accept it, but there might be a better explanation for it.
Well, there's no better explanation. What is it? My friend, the explained is explained by your prophet. Who is the best to explain something to you? Who's the best to explain it? Your prophet, right? Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you, if a child he die, he go where? A child is an infant. He's like 2 days old, 6 months old. Where he die? Where he
Jannah.
Who said so?
This is what I've been heard.
Your prophet says no, because of the destiny. Aisha and Muhammad, they went to attend the funeral, and this is in al-Bukhari, and this is a Muslim, etc. So this is Sahih, 100%. So Aisha, she said to him, well, you know what? This person, they just came from the funeral, little baby. You know, he will be a bird from the birds of paradise. This is what everybody will say. Very nice words from Aisha. God Messenger was invited to a funeral of a boy who belonged to Ansar, so he's a son of a Muslim family. There's no reason for him not to be there anyway. And I said, oh, Messenger of Allah, this one is blessed. He is one of the young ones in paradise, for he has done no evil, being too young for that. He replied, it might be the otherwise. For God, he created the some who goes to paradise, doing so when they were still in their father backbone, not loins, fast translation. And he created the others who go to hell, doing so when they were still in their backbone. So based on this, even a child who never commits sin, we don't know, he might go to hell, because we don't know. Allah, when he created them, he decided who will go to hell, who will go to heaven. But as you know, my friend, a child who commit no sin, as you said, and you agreed with me, right? He shall go to heaven,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yes.
So why this guy will go to hell? Don't you and me, we agree that hell is for the one who did bad?
Yes.
This is a baby. I hope I did not touch something, hurt you. I don't know if you have a child or something, because I feel like as if you are crying or something.
You're putting a lot of doubts in my mind now.
So my friend, this is not from God. God is about just. Don't we agree?
Obviously.
So is that justice? That a child, he's an infant, he died, he did not commit any sin, still he might go to hell?
In fact, this is the same question I had. I once read about the incident of Banu Qurayza. It didn't made any sense to me.
Everything, my friend, doesn't make sense. This religion doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that there's a God who will give you women with big boobs, endless penis. Isn't it? This is obvious. This is from the devil. Imagine if I come to your home and I give you a card, says, "Believe in me, I am a prophet, and I have a pictures of girls in this card, naked pictures." I say, "We'll give you a lot of those if you follow me." Isn't it obvious this is from the devil? Do we have to be really so, intelligent to know? This man is making fun of everybody. He's devilish. He don't want you even to believe that a little baby who commit no sin, he did not even reach the age to do sin. This is not only not just, this is evil. Jesus says, if you don't become like the little ones, you will not enter the kingdom of my Father. So Jesus made it clear that the little ones, they are granted to be in the kingdom of God. The little ones. Why? Because they commit no sin. God is about justice. God, he judges us. We don't go to the judge unless we are accused of something or we did something, correct?
Yeah.
This person accused of what? And he did what? Nothing. So I invite you, my friend, I'm not going to say your name in public. I will leave that for you. I invite you to leave Islam right now. You are smarter than this.
It's not a easy decision, right? I've been
My friend,
following
who
Islam
said,
for 32
my
years.
friend, this is not really about easy or hard. It is hard for sure. I'm not saying it's easy. This is not taking a shower and that's easy, that's it. But you agreed with me that this is garbage.
No, I'm acknowledging in Christian Prince. I'm a logical person. I'm educated. I hold a PhD degree, so it's not like it's some.
So you are a doctor. You are a doctor. I don't know doctor in what, but a person who have a PhD.
Science.
In what? Computer science?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to come and fix my hadith.
There are a lot of gray areas. I always had that question, but I always thought that this is something the deficiency in my iman. That's the reason why I'm getting this question.
No,
to be frank, I could never digest the fact of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam marrying a 6-year-old. That is something.
This is one of many garbage he does. This guy, all his life is garbage.
To be frank, I was defending about that, but when my own daughter turned 6 years old, I looked. To be frank, I'm accepting this in public. I cried when I looked and imagined that about my daughter. That is something which disgusted me. So as I mentioned, there are some gray areas about the Prophet's life, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam life, that is kind of difficult for me to digest, but I was always assuming that, Quran is perfect, and this still I assume, I'm believing, and whatever doubts I have, I will get the answers to it. But
I think
but I'm a logical person. If this is not being proven or explained properly, then I'm brave enough to accept this saying, I will leave Islam if this is what you're showing it to be.
Well, it's in front of you. I mean, why are you saying you will live? You will leave? You know, you have a
No,
PhD,
I
my
need
friend.
to talk. I need to talk to
My friend, my
my.
friend, my friend. Is it in front of you? I mean, a person have a PhD. Let us be honest, my friend. Come on. Is
No,
it
this is
really
what I'm
hard
saying.
for
Right?
you to understand
I'm an
this?
expert in a specific field, so I need to ask
What
someone
specific
who is
field? I
expert
mean,
in that.
the guys who were there in front of Muhammad, they are imams. Aisha was imam.
Yeah, but
Aisha, she's a
that was a
kid.
different
So
situation because
Aisha,
obviously, see,
Aisha the
when I
kid.
look at someone like Muhammad Hijab or what is the other name, Ali Dawa, they
Hmm.
are bunch of idiots to me. They mean nothing to me. They are the one who is destroying the name of Islam. So I don't follow such people. Obviously, I'll have my reference from an authentic source, and I'll definitely research on that.
Well, that will not change anything. There is a lot of people they are doing business.
I'll
You
come
know,
back to you. I promise I'll come back with my own research. Either I will prove you wrong or I'll accept that I'm wrong. I don't feel any shame in accepting that I'm wrong if I'm wrong.
no problem. I respect that on you. I will, you know, you can. I'm not going to push you to say that you are out of Islam, but for me, I have a strong feeling that already you are 90% out. I mean, maybe there's your foot is stuck in the jar. You know, I can help you to push it out. But as you see, this is
No,
a
this
stupid
this
cult.
questions I always had in mind from past 4 years. I'll give one small incident. I was working in Saudi Arabia some time back, and I had spent so much time with Zakir Naik. He was there in Jeddah for some time. In fact, I invited him to my house. He was there, and there were some things I refuted on him, saying your knowledge on so and so things is wrong. So I'm not a person, who will mince the words while speaking. I'm brave enough to accept what is right, what is wrong is wrong.
Yeah, as in Zakir Naik, he says that the word hur mean a male and female, but the Quran says يطمثهن. You know, in Arabic, anyone who speaks Arabic, you know that the letter is called nun and nuswa, n. You add it at the word, that will make it for females. And this idiot, he says that the word hur is male and female. And he says, sister, inshallah, you will have many hur too.
He's only uneducated Muslim will believe in him and follow him. Any person, logical
But all of them,
Muslim,
they are the
will
same. And my
definitely say
friend,
that.
if Zakir Naik is the problem, we have bigger problem. Look at this idiot Muhammad. You know, I mean, come on. You don't want to say it, but I can say it. You are shy to say it, but already in your heart you can tell. I mean, this
It's
guy is a
not that
crazy.
I'm shy, but it's my respect for him that this is how I've been brought up. So
I don't respect a
as
child
of now, I
molester. Do you
can't
respect
say this,
somebody? Do
but
you respect somebody he do go after girls, little girls?
no.
Okay, so how we
I'm
respect
saying
him? You see, if I see you in the street, I will be happy to invite you to my house to have a coffee with you, drink coffee with me. But if you discover that my wife is 6 years old, you will run away from me. You will spit at me, correct?
that's true.
Okay, so what respect? Respect is for people who earn respect. Respect is not guaranteed to everybody. There's people, my friend, they are lower than pigs. This is true. There's people lower than animals. This is true. There's a criminal, there's rapists, they are lower than a human being. They are because a human being is the one who act like a human being, not the one who look like a human being.
But what is the problem if I say that, there are if I accept there are some things that is wrong, and that is done by Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, maybe it's because of whatever it is, but still that doesn't prove that Islam is wrong.
No,
It is
prove
his
Islam is
mistake.
wrong
If he has done
because you are
something
receiving
wrong, he will be
guidance,
punished.
my friend. You are receiving guidance from a false man. The Lord, he said, the Messiah, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. What do you think about this sentence?
No, if I'm learning from some teacher, obviously that doesn't mean that everything he teaches will be right.
No, my
So
friend. The Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. What do you think about the sentence? You know me from my fruit, right? Not from my speech. I can speak good to you,
yeah.
right? There's many people that speak good. They cheat, they lie, they do
I'm
everything,
shaking
correct?
right now.
Okay, so speaking good doesn't make you good. Claiming to be good doesn't make you good, but your fruit is the judge. the fruit of Muhammad is ugly. What more fruit? I mean, name one thing Muhammad did is not wrong. He tortured a man for telling him about his money. The guy, he owned the money. You know, the guy, he forced Abu Bakr to give him his daughter. The guy, he kidnapped women from their husbands. The man, he made it lawful to rape women who they are already married. The man, he allowed theft. The man, he ordered muta. What about muta? What do you think about muta?
That is disgusting thing.
A woman, she can rent herself to a man for a day or 2 hours. What kind of a prophet this prophet is?
But that isn't that abrogated?
This is he see. I mean, he was stupid or what? I mean, since when adultery and fornication need to be abrogated? So you allowed it to be. Is it forbidden already from the time of Moses? Correct?
No. He if I remember it correctly, there was a situation where Sahaba was in at the time of war.
No, my friend, if it's the time of the war, Muhammad, he died and there's war. If this is the reason, this is a fabrication, because until now Muslims, they never have stopped have war. Name for me one Muslim country is not in war. You're from Pakistan, you have a war from India. Does that mean you do muta? You say no, it's abrogated. So always there was war.
Today's war is different than the other.
It is the same. It is the same. Secondly, there's no war because a man he came. He said to Muhammad, can we do this? He said, "Nankahu bithawb." This is not a war. He go a women. A war, they go kidnap women from their husband. They do not need women. They bring women with them. When you are in war, you are going to war. And what when war do? They bring malakat al-yamin, the slaves. So they are not short of women. Those are people who they are walking in the street. And then they see a woman. And they say to her, do you like to sleep with me? How much? What do you have? He say, well, I have this. And they exchange the service. Is that correct?
But if you see the last sentence, Ali made it clear that Prophet ﷺ said the muta marriage has been cancelled.
My friend, what kind of a God? Secondly, the God he allowed, Muhammad, he cancelled it. Read with me carefully, just to prove to you that when they say to you this about war, it's a lie. They were asking him to be, my friend, they asked him, they thought maybe they can do what the Christians do, like the monks. They don't get married, they don't have sex. Look what, read with me. We used to participate in the holy battle led by Allah Messenger. This is about what? This is a war here, right? Okay. And then he says, and we have nothing with us. We don't have a wife. This is the hadith they are going to mention to you. And they said to him, shall we get ourselves castrated, which means we don't do sex? He forbid us, and then he allow us to marry women with temporary contract. This is the Muslim translation, correct? Okay. How you marry and you are in war? Have you ever heard of somebody riding a horse when he is in war, and now he marry a woman and he is in the horse? No. Obviously, but all the time they are in war. To marry a woman.
He's talking about if you read this clearly, it says this was during the time of battles.
My friend, in the time of battle, you have no time for marriage. You have no time for women, and you are riding the horse. This is not, obviously, they are not in the horse. They are not in war. They are asking a woman.
When we say war, that
okay, hold on. Let me ask you. Does the Quran says you take malakat al-yamin, you take your right hand process in the war? Muslims can't take the women slaves, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if they are in war, they have women. They are not short of women. But here we are talking.
He's talking about a situation when they had no one with them.
Before the attack? Okay, let us say for the sake of argument. So they are not in war yet. So why I'm going to rent a woman? Can't I hold myself? So we allow.
That's a valid question.
We allow women and men. They are Muslims. He is renting a Muslim woman. So we allow a Muslim woman to do jihad by taking off her panty? Oh, this is a mujahid. Tomorrow he will go to war. Can you take off your panty? He will give you $10.
That's a valid thing, because I travel to different places in the world for 1 month or 2 months. That doesn't mean that I
My friend, the proof that this is very bad and ugly, he himself, he forbid it later, correct? Why?
No, it was during the time of
No, the
Umar.
Muhammad
This
war
was
never
forbidden.
stopped. Muhammad war never stopped until he died. Muhammad, in the last time of his life, he went to Tabuk to attack the Roman. So his war never stopped. From the first day to the last day. So how he forbid it? Nothing changed. War is war. But people, they start laughing at him. People, they start saying, look at this idiot. He is allowing people to practice prostitution. And not only that, let me show you a surprise before before we finish for today, in case you don't want to see. Don't you know that your God Allah, He allow prostitution?
But I'll ask you one question. If, as you're saying, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was so bad, why is he being respected
By
all
who?
over the world, not just by Muslims, but
Nobody,
non-Muslims as well?
nobody
They
respect him.
acknowledge it.
That's a lie. They respect terrorists only until now.
If
Until now,
I read a
until now,
book
my
by
friend,
Michael
until
H.
now.
Hart.
Who respect him? Nobody. We are the Arab. We laugh at him.
That is
Every
not correct.
single
A lot
Arab.
of non-Muslims do
My
that.
friend. Do you believe in the Quran or not? Do you believe in the Quran or not?
Yeah,
Okay. The Arab in the time of Muhammad, did they respect him or laugh at him?
they respected him. Somewhere, obviously, with evil mind, they were making
Not
fun
a
of him.
single person respected him. That is not true. Here we go. All those verses
Because
in the
they
Quran
used to
saying,
call him Sadiq al-Amin.
no, they don't call him. This is a lie. They never called him Sadiq al-Amin. This is the Muslim stories. The Arab in front of you, they say to him, this is nothing but a fairy tale. Chapter 6, verse number 25. Chapter 8, verse number 31. Chapter 16, verse 24. Chapter 23, verse number 83. Chapter 25, 5. Chapter 27, 68. 46, 17. 68, 15. 83, 13. All of those, they are saying to him one thing. What you are saying to us is stupid. Not only that, they said to him, if we want to create something like this, like the Quran, we can, but this is stupid. Read chapter 8, verse number 31. They accuse him to be crazy. They accuse him to be mental. They accuse him to be a thief. So when they say to you they respected him, so why they fought him? Why when Muhammad he died, the same day, more than 80% of the Muslims, they left Islam. If they respect the guy, if they believe in him, because he forced them.
No,
Right
they were
now,
munafiq, so
you
they
are from Pakistan just yesterday. Let us show you the respect. Who dare not to respect Muhammad? The guy, he said, he supposedly, and I believe they are lying. I don't think he dared to do so. He insulted the Prophet. They killed the guy and they burned him.
that is disgusting. That is not what
But
Islam
this is what your Prophet used to do. Your Prophet even said, even he to the Muslims, because they are not coming to pray in the Friday, he says, I would love to burn those people, but because Allah forbid burning the ants, whatever, for Suleiman burning. So Ali, he burned people alive. For what? You don't agree with him in the religion, not because they are doing crime. So when you say to people they respected him, that is fear. Your Prophet, he says, I've been victorious by terror from a distance of 1 month's journey. 1 month journey. This is how respected he is. People, they fear him from a month journey. Do you see how peaceful he is? Have you ever heard of somebody he feared Jesus from a month journey? Nobody. Why do you want to fear Jesus from 1 month journey? You fear somebody from a 1 month journey because he is a criminal only. Otherwise, nobody should fear a good man who is coming to practice good things. So my friend, I have a last call to say to you. Be smart and denounce this cult. Leave this religion, because your soul might be taken from you today, tonight, now. You never know. And you don't wake up tomorrow and you are following the devil Muhammad.
I'll definitely think about this.
Okay, I cannot force you. Well, think about it as much as you want. and you have a PhD, so I trust your intelligence. I will be waiting for you to call me some other time when we go live on air.
Sure.
Right, my
I'll
friend?
definitely
And
come back
I'm
to
not
you.
going to mention your name for your security in case you decide to leave Islam. But I
Sure.
have an offer for you before you leave. Why we don't offer the sheikh who is going to answer you to call me and you join the conversation? What do you think?
Definitely, I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll
because
definitely do
simply, let us say, you said he's a mufti, right?
that. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
he's a mufti. I will show you that he is no match to speak to me for 5 minutes. Is that a good deal?
But it has to be in a respectful way.
I will
Not
speak to him
like,
in a very. You will be my witness. I promise you. Just tell me this is the guy. Just to know that this is not just an average person calling me.
I'll
Call me,
definitely do.
invite him with you, and I will speak to him way. And I will not say things like like about Muhammad. I will just keep it very nice. And you will see
Yeah,
he
it
can't answer
has
me.
to be a knowledgeable debate, not like using bad words or anything.
My friend,
Both
I
from
always use knowledgeable. I don't use bad words. I just express. I am being honest. When Muhammad for me is a fraud. Jesus, he said, either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay. So we as a Christian, we cannot say nice things about an evil man, because that will make us leave in Christianity then. So he want to debate me. He need to understand that this is a Christian person who refused Islam. He refused Muhammad to be a prophet. So for me, Muhammad is a fraud. Otherwise, why he is calling me, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that is perfectly okay. If you're saying something bad about some person, if you have reasons,
Yeah.
that is
So
not counted
the same as
as
I did with
using
you.
bad words.
Did I insult you? Did I say anything wrong to you?
No.
Okay. So I am, if I am speaking to you in a such a way, why I will speak to him in a different way?
Okay.
And especially he is coming with you. So already I know that you are a nice person who is searching for the truth. And regardless you leave Islam or you stay, this is your business. For me, I do my part. It's up to you, my friend.
Sure.
For me,
Definitely.
the
Thank you
Lord,
so
he
much.
taught us to teach the truth, and the truth will set you free. So we pray for this gentleman that the Lord will open his eyes. We pray for the Messiah to make his heart soften to see the truth. We pray that the Messiah will guide him, not a Christian prince. Christian prince cannot guide anyone. I am not here. I'm not the one who will guide you. The Lord is your guide, my friend. So we pray to the Lord that the Lord will open your heart, your eyes, and I am here just to share with you information which you do not know, just to make
As
your
I
way
said,
easy.
I'm a logical person, and if I'm proven wrong, I have no regret or shame in accepting that I'm wrong. And
No
if it
problem,
is
my friend.
proven right, what you're saying, then I promise you as a man that I will leave Islam.
Well, trust me, you will not find anything I said to you is not true.
Let's see.
All right? Take care, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. All right, good I took his call, because I thought, first time did not work, so I thought he is playing games. As you see, a person who is really searching for the truth, he will struggle. It's not easy. It's not easy. Especially you are a person who grew all your life in such a cult. But because Muhammad is so bad, it's hard for this gentleman to resist the truth. He is not so bad. He is not little bad. He is the bad itself. For how long he can resist? And now we offer him, and I am the one who offer, to bring his sheikh, the imam, the mufti. He's not just a sheikh. And this gentleman, he said even he was a friend of Zakir Naik. As if Zakir Naik, he came to his house. So he have connection. He knew all of them. Who dare to call me and prove me wrong? We will wait for that day. And I want to say thank you for all of you for being here. I hope you enjoyed what we do. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, don't forget to unsubscribe, because according to Allah, that will give you blessing. To subscribe to someone is not good, supposed to me. and unsubscribe from him, that will double your deed. So if you want to make more deed, spend the day, just subscribe and unsubscribe, because this is the wisdom of Allah. Same time, if you are a person who speaks other languages, we have my books offered for free in many languages. And lately we publish Sex on Allah, volume number 1 and 2 in Russian, and we have Deception of Allah in Chinese. And for sure we have Indonesian, Malaysian, Albanian, Croatian, you name it, all for free. For the Lord, he says, for free you took, for free you give. I want to say thank you, and thank you for not supporting us, for the Lord is our support. God bless you all.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.